Now, back to what I was saying. Um, Last Tuesday, I'm going to skip over a few things and brush touch some facts here, brush touch some details. Last Tuesday, I got lucky and came into a bit of money. Not a whole lot of money, but a little bit of money. And it was the first day that I had gotten my puppy Jordan back after being in the hospital. I realized that morning when I got Jordan back, or got Bella back, that her sister Jordan had died. Now I had these two puppies that were together their whole lives. They're from the same litter, and they had been with me every moment of their lives since they were about 7 weeks old. And at this point, they were almost 7 months. And they had spent literally every moment of their lives together with me. I was gone here and there for an hour or two, but those dogs were with me all the time. Now, when I had the stroke and they stayed behind the store here, there was a couple of people that work around here that were feeding them, knowing that I had fallen, into some trouble with my health, and they were trying to take care of them. But I asked Gloria, the hot dog lady, if she could take them to her house and just put them in her yard. I had the cage here and a dog house and a kennel, a little plastic kennel that she was welcome to. But she did that. She took them to her house, and she came and visited me in the hospital. She's one of my really true, she looks out for me. She's a true friend. We don't communicate very well. She's Spanish and I'm English, and neither one of us speaks the other language very well. Well, Google Translate is a real motherfucker. It helps us a lot. Now, at one point, I asked her if I could see the dogs, and I got kind of a negative response. And then the day that I got out of the hospital and I had a chance to come over here and I wanted to get my dogs back, I asked her if she would bring them to me that night. I said, will you please bring me the dogs? I really miss them. I want to see them. And her initial response was, oh, Roberto, I'm so sorry. And I said, what are you sorry for? You've done your best. Thank you for taking care of them. I just can't wait to see them. Oh, I'm so excited. And she said, I'll bring them tomorrow. I said, okay, mañana. Well, when she showed up, she told me that Jordan had jumped out of the back of the truck on the way here and she couldn't find her, couldn't locate her. And I thought that story was just a little bit funny. I think I know from what I was told by her stopping eating that she had been gone for a while. I think they were just hiding it from me because they knew I would take it hard. I love that dog. But I was happy just to have Bella back, and it was a great day. I loved my Bella, and I did nothing but just let her eat whatever she wanted. I gave her chicken and pizza and burgers. I literally bought this stuff from the store to let her eat. And I was just so happy to have her back. And I told her, I promised her that day that I would be with her forever. From now on, I would never leave her again. Because I felt so bad about how she reacted when she saw me. She didn't know whether she'd run to me or run away from me. And that bothered me. It hurt my feelings. Anyway, that day when I got Bella back, I came into a few $100s. And I decided that I was going to rent a room for at least a week for Bella and I to stay in and have a nice, comfortable place to be. Give me some chance to rest due to the stroke that I had on the 10th. And give Bella a comfortable place to be with me and get to know me again, because she really, she didn't deserve what she went through when I got the stroke. And Jordan certainly didn't deserve to starve herself to death. I just really, really feel bad for her. So going on, I go to the first hotel where they know me, and they don't have any rooms available. They're all sold out. He told me, come back tomorrow, I'll get a room for you. No problem. Okay. So I go down the street to the next hotel, to the second hotel. And it's a little bit more expensive. I really don't want to spend that much money, but I'm willing to do it because I want the room for me and Bella. So we get the room, and we walk in. We start to sign the papers, and the guy behind the desk tells us, oh, well, you're going to have to go. I don't want to rent your room. Now, I was like, what the hell is going on? Why won't you rent me a room? Now, my friend is going to put it in his name because I don't have a picture ID. But I know him as Cholo, and I've known him for a few months. It's a nickname. I don't know his full name, his Latino name. He's a Mexican guy, but he's cool. And so we go to the next room. And the next room is like $75 or $80 for the night. Now, I'm on a cane or a walker. I cannot move the right side of my body very well at all at this point. You can hear my voice, I'm still slurring. Anyway, we get to the third hotel, and he puts us in a room upstairs. I pack all of my belongings up the stairs, barely making it. I'm tired as hell now because I've been in the third place, and I'm exhausted. It's really my first full day out of the hospital. And we get everything in the room. The hotel calls and says, we don't allow pets, you have to go. And I said, well, let me give you an extra deposit. I'll be happy to give you a deposit. He said, no, you gotta go. I was like, oh, fuck. All right, I'll go. I said, just give me a minute. I'm burning up hot. I just had a stroke. Give me 5 minutes to sit in the air conditioning and get a glass of water, and I'll be out. So that's what I proceeded to do. And they proceeded to ring the phone off the chain, telling me to get out of the room. They're going to call the police. So I proceeded to throw all my stuff over the balcony into the back of the truck, and we haul ass, because I'm not trying to fuck with no cops. I don't want to talk to no cops. I'm staying out of trouble, and I want to keep it that way, right? So we go to now the fourth hotel. And I said, look, we're going to keep the dog hidden. I'm not going to let him, I'm not going to catch on to him that I have the dog. We're going to get in the room, stay for a few minutes, and then I'll sneak the dog in the room with me, and we'll deal with it later, because she's not going to do anything to hurt this room. So, we do just that. We get her in the room. This dog does not even so much as bark. Not one single bark. Not one. Not a whimper. Not a snarl. Not a growl. Nothing. She's house trained. She doesn't chew stuff up except for toys. She listens. That's one Bella. So about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, about 9:30, I decided to take her out so she could use the bathroom. And we walked down the balcony, out the back steps, out behind the building, and she used the potty, and she ran around a little bit. She was happy again, and we went back to the room. Well, a couple of minutes later, the phone rings. It's the front office. They proceed to tell me that I have to get out of the room because I have a dog. And I said, well, I don't have a dog. And they said, oh, yes, you do. We saw you on camera. And I said, well, that's my service dog. I just had a stroke. And she said, well, then I need to see the identification and the papers. And if you don't have that, you got to go. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll just go ahead and go. But I need my money back. I can't give you $90 for a room and then have you throw me out for my dog. I'll be happy to give you a deposit for the dog if you'll allow me. What do you like? $20, $30, $50, $100? How much more do you want? And she said, no, you have to go. And I said, oh, you know what? First of all, this was a man I was talking to the first time. And I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and go. But I want to ask you just one question before I go. Is the policy on dogs not being allowed here based on your religious beliefs? The reason I ask that question is because there is a sect of Muslims that believe that dogs are dirty animals and you shouldn't have them in your house and you should never touch them. They're dirty. This is part of their belief system, part of their religion, like similar to the snake charmers in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains. So he stutters and stammers and doesn't know what to say for a few seconds, and he says, you know what, sir, hold on for a minute. Just hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. So I said, okay, I'm holding, no worries. What's up? So he puts me on hold for about 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And he says, sir, I'm going to have to call you back in about 5 minutes. I said, that won't be necessary. You've already answered my question with that response. He said, no, I need to call you back. I call you right back. So I hang up the phone. And my friend Ray, his niece had come there to help me bring some stuff upstairs. So she was going to help me unpack my stuff and take it downstairs. And so we start packing my stuff. I know it's going to inevitably happen that I have to go. And the phone rings again about 8 minutes later. And I was in the process of telling Kayla I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't call back at all and they just leave me alone until morning, because this is based on their religious beliefs. I know this for a fact because I've talked to some of them. I've talked to the people that have this belief, and it's real. It's something they believe in. Now, I don't criticize it ordinarily. I don't criticize any beliefs. You believe in God how you want to believe in God. That's how I feel. Because I'm going to believe in God how I want to believe in God, and I don't care what your input is. I form my beliefs based on my education and on my research. And although I'm not calling the Bible anything but what it is, I believe in things that go beyond the Bible, but include the Bible. Now, that being said, let's go further. So, about 5 minutes later, or 8 minutes later, the phone rings, and it's this lady again. She said, you need to come down to the office, sir. And I said, oh, okay, I'll come down. I'll be right down. I'm going to get my money while I leave. And she says, okay, come on down. So, I'm getting ready. I move slowly. I can't walk hard at all because I still have a right side of my body that was completely dead. My right arm, right leg did not work. I couldn't lift them off the ground physically by themselves. I required the use of a walker. Now, I start to get ready. It's about 7 or 8 minutes from the time of the call, and the phone rings again. Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming? Yes, ma'am, I'm coming right now. I just moved slowly because I just had a stroke. That's why I got this room. So I go down, and it takes me probably 4 minutes or 5 minutes to get down there. And I walk in the office, and the lady says, sir, you are trespassing. You're not the registered user, or you're not the registered guest on this room. And I said, well, the person that works for you in the afternoons knows I'm supposed to be here because my friend put this room in his name, and it's allowed to have 2 adults. That would be him and I. Him and I, 1 and 2. 2 adults. And he saw me give this man my money to pay for this room and knew that we were going to be in the room together. Did not know, however, about the dog. Now, once we're checked in, we're there for a while, he decides he's going to go for a ride over by his house. So Cholo leaves. That's his nickname, Cholo. Cholo leaves, and Kayla's there with me, and she goes for a swim while I stay upstairs. And then she comes in for the swim, and that's when all this happens after her swim. So, I get down there, and the lady says, you're not the registered guest in this room. You must leave. I'm calling the police because you're trespassing. I said, trespassing? I paid for this room, lady. It's my room. What do you mean I'm trespassing? All you have to do is give me my money back, and I will be happy to walk out the door. But I'm telling you right now, you are religiously discriminating against me based on your beliefs, and that is illegal in this country, ma'am. That is illegal. So she said, I'm going to call the police. And I said, you go right ahead because I have done nothing wrong. I can do the same thing you can do, but better. So I call 911 on my phone, while she calls 911 on her phone. Now, while I'm on the phone with the dispatcher, he asks me if I think this is a police matter. Do I want them out there? And I said, no, this isn't a police matter. This lady's just being unreasonable. But she's trying to throw me out because of my dog. I'm going to leave as soon as she gives me my money. This is not a police matter. I'm fine. So the dispatcher tells me, well then, sir, go ahead and hang up your phone. Go back to your room and relax. It sounds like you need to relax. You had a stroke. You don't need all this hassle, all this pressure. I said, you're right, sir. I'm going to do that. So I hang up the phone. And I proceed to tell her that I'm going upstairs to relax because I just had a stroke and I don't need my blood pressure up. She says, no, you can't go upstairs. You can't go upstairs. I said, oh, I'm going upstairs. The dispatcher just told me to go to my room and relax. So that's what I intend to do. I'll see you later. Bye. And I proceeded to go upstairs and begin to get my stuff together because I know it's going down. Now, I don't know at the time that the SWAT team was about to kick my door in with shotguns in my face. That's what I didn't know. So here's where the story gets good. Now, about 3 to 4 minutes later, there is a very loud bang on my door. There is a very much shouting outside my door. And I open the door and I say, what the hell is going on here? And I'm instructed to put my hands up, get my hands behind my back, and all the other bullshit that goes with the cops. Now, the woman at the front desk, the very nice Muslim Hindu lady, called the police and told her that I was robbing the place at gunpoint. Are you fucking serious? All I wanted for the last 5 hours was a quiet room to lay down with my dog and enjoy some sleep and quiet. And I'm there robbing the place with a gun. Now, I proceed to tell these gentlemen that there is no such thing going on. This lady called you under false pretenses. The situation is nothing like that. She did that because I asked her about her religious beliefs and a policy that they have. And she refused to give me my money back. My money back. So, 4 hours later, they come out of the room after going in and out, 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 with me locked in a cruiser's back seat. And my friend Kayla also being detained. They come out of the room 4 hours later and say, by the way, you're being charged with possession of a controlled substance. Now, that being said, there is a grinder, a marijuana cannabis grinder on the table. There is a brand new mail scale laying on the bed. The sheets and the comforter had just been pulled down, barely, because I was about to lay down before all this excitement started. But I had not been back in the bed, and I was busy packing my stuff. Now, that's where the scale was. Now, at one point, the cop walks over. He said, what about the grinder? Well, that's empty, sir. Well, what are you doing with the scale? I said, that's a brand new scale. It has zero residue on it. It has never been used. It's bought as a novelty, sir. There's no nefarious act going on here. That is simply a novelty, and it does nothing. So, oh, yeah, sure. Well, at some point between then and 4 hours later, they managed to find a piece of cocaine in the room, literally the size of half of a pencil eraser. They said it was laying on the sheets. I have no knowledge of this, so I can't say as to where they found it. But what they did was they charged me with possession of a controlled substance, even though that drug was not on my person. It was not in my property. It was in a room that was not registered to me. It was in a room that had multiple people in it, even when the cops arrived, and there were multiple people in it before we even got there. So there are literally dozens of possibilities for people and ways that piece got there. But for whatever reason, they chose to charge me with it. I think it was because they went to so much trouble to begin with. But that being said, when I got arrested, they took my Bella and called the Bark Center. It's the animal charity here in Houston. They came and got the dog. The animal control came and got the dog Wednesday morning. And I called them Friday afternoon because I didn't know where she was at all until Thursday night. I went back Thursday to the motel where I got arrested with a police escort to get my belongings. While we were there, the police gave me the information about where my dog is, about the Humane Society. I was thrilled. I was like, oh, I can't believe it. I want to go get my dog. I want to go get my dog. I want my dog. So, I call and I find out they was closed there. They closed at 5 o'clock. So, Friday, they're open from noon to 5. Friday, I spend the entire afternoon trying to track her down, making phone calls, trying to get a ride over there.